signal from behind and they're racing.
April in 2019, went to the races with just the one ride, and I was really looking forward to riding him because I'd won on him to start before. So I thought he had a huge chance in the race, and yeah, I seriously thought it was definitely a race he could win, and pretty sure it was the third jump. He just misjudged it and left the leg behind and tumbled over.
He gave it plenty of air and Startierra's down.
Definitely wasn't one of the hardest times I've hit the ground. I've hit the ground a lot harder than that. So I actually twisted my knee in the fall, and that's what I was more worried about, was my knee. So I left the course, bit ginger on the knee, but no headaches and nothing like that. And it wasn't until we sort of got home, had dinner, it was getting to bedtime. I might have even actually laid down for a little bit and just got up with a really bad headache, and not like a headache you normally get. It was a real, it actually felt like someone was squeezing my skull. Being a Sunday, it's probably the last place you want to be is hospital at 9 o'clock at night. And I went to speak to the nurse at triage, and everything that I was saying just wouldn't come out of my mouth. So I just pulled the phone out and showed her the replay of the fall. And she just rushed me in there, and all the nurses did what they had to do and did the scans, and I don't really remember much, but I woke up at the Alfred Hospital the following day with tubes hanging out of my head. I had suffered bleeding on the brain, and they had to do a big operation to relieve the pressure, and yeah, I got to go home a couple of weeks later. After that operation was done, I just used to get checkup scans every 6 months just to make sure it wasn't growing and things like that weren't happening. And after every scan, the doctors ring me, mate, looks great, keep doing what you're doing. So I was obviously back riding full-time jump strider and track work and living life normally. Another scan done early in 2023, and I'm just waiting for the phone call from the doctor, thinking it was just going to be like the previous ones I've had, where he'd say everything looks good, continue going.
He's 3 lengths in front of a Braidon tomfoolery. He walks in for Braidon Small.
But unfortunately for me, it wasn't the phone call I was expecting. He sort of compared like the scan from then to when he did the operation the first time, and could tell that there'd been significant growth in the tumor, and the tumor was sort of growing inwards where it was going to be a real tricky place. And yeah, that phone call wasn't good, where he mentioned we're going to have to do another operation to remove as much as we can, but then we're going to have to try and attack it with some chemotherapy and radiation.
Not many people know, but it's probably going to be my last day at the races for a little while. I've got some my own personal health issues and that I've got to get sorted out. So this will be the last time you see my name in a race book, probably for the rest of the year.
So that was a bit of a bummer, and I spoke to the doctor and asked him if he could let me ride out the season all the way through to September, and then we'll worry about it then. But he told me that that's not what he wanted to do. He wanted to get it done, early June, and yeah, that's what we did, and yeah, got that removed, and then went home for probably a good month to recover from the operation, and then did 6 weeks worth of radiation at the Alfred Hospital. So it would be Monday to Friday, then get to come home every weekend. And I'd like to give a big thanks to Nick Rule and his lovely wife for allowing us to use his apartment in Melbourne, because it just made it so much easier for us. Lauren and Shane set up the GoFundMe page. I never asked them to do or anything like that, but out of the kindness of their own hearts, they set that up. So just a huge thank you to everyone that got behind me and my family in either the GoFundMe or coming to the races and doing the auction. It just made life a little bit easier for us, especially going into the unknown. We didn't know sort of what the outcome was going to be, but lucky for me, everything's been positive, and I'm back doing what I love doing, and that's riding racehorses and hopefully riding in a jumps race in the May Carnival. First off, I'd just love to thank all the doctors and nurses at the Alfred Hospital. Professor Hahn, he was my main surgeon, and he has a big team behind him too. And even though you don't want to be in hospital, I think if you're going to be in a hospital, that's probably the one you want to be in. Yeah, I'm just blessed that I am back doing what I love doing, and that's riding horses in races. And that's something I did miss for the last year, was a bit of banter in the jockey's room, and just being out there and riding against my friends it was great. I'm probably more hungry now to ride in races than I have been for the last 7 or 8 years. I don't think I've ever trained this hard in my life. I feel great, I feel healthy. I would like to be a few kilos lighter, but hopefully that'll come. I can feel the hunger and the burn to get back and riding jumps races and hopefully winning a few of them.